this is an update video of me getting out Section 8 because I flashed. So this is an update video of me getting out Section 8 because I flashed a weapon in a video. Yeah. Remember when I said I wanted to get out Section 8? They made it happen a little sooner than I was planning. But that's okay. That's okay. Got the keys already. Moved shit in already. Moving more stuff in today. Then them hoes locked my rent account, so I could not pay my rent on the 1st. Just because they wanted to have me gone within 7 days. Or have an eviction on my record. Like, it's they just really fucking slow and they haters. Talking about we watched our YouTube video. I bet the fuck you did. I bet you did. I don't hide nothing from y'all. You think I care that you watch my video? I don't. We don't. Y'all ain't stopping nothing. You thought you was putting me in a bad predicament? No, Bookie. You just blessed me even 10 times more. Just off hating. So yeah.
Start by saying I did not expect to have 5 children living in a fucking low budget hotel. I just want to clear the air to let people know that when people end up in a hotel, it's because of displacement. It's because of unfortunate circumstances sometimes. Mainly because of the way the government and the economy is, okay? That's the case for me. Let's get that clear. Let's get that out the way. And then secondly, all 5 of my children do not live in the hotel. One of my children lives with his active father that he's had in his life for a very long time. That's my firstborn. My eldest son lives with his father, okay? And just because I'm on the internet, showing how it looks in a hotel, I'll let you know. I have 5 children. One is 16, one is 12, one is 9, one is 3. And then we have this baby. Yeah, she just turned 2024. So, she just turned. Anyway, I see and notice a lot of people have a lot to say about how many children I have, my fertility, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're not thinking of the problems that put me in the situation to fucking begin with. I want to do a story time on how I even ended up in a hotel because it is a long story. It is very, very long. It's about 5 years long. Because to be honest, if it wasn't for the slumlords and the bad landlords that I've had to deal with and the mismanagement, a lot of this stuff would have been prevented. It could have been prevented. Because first 5 years ago, I was living in a public housing. I guess you could say Section 8 housing, but it wasn't on Section 8. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but they have public housing, Section 8 housing that you can pay full price for. So that's what I was actually. I didn't have a Section 8 voucher at the time. This neighbor did not like me. She was a booster and she stole my fucking carpet cleaner, and then DSS got involved, and then they took my children for 6 months, and then I had to move to another place. And when I moved to Spartanburg, another city outside of the city I was staying in, then I ended up with another bad landlord because the last landlord, when I was living in the public housing 5 years ago, she was bumping bussies with the lady that was calling the police on me, calling DSS on me and all.
She leaving some details out. You getting the police called on you, getting DSS called on you. She getting all these people called on her, but she acting like she didn't do nothing wrong. And the reason she living in a hotel with her 4 or 5 kids or whatever she got going on, she say one of them with the active father. Therefore, one has an active father, the others do not. But she in a hotel now, and nothing is her fault. Nor her having all of these kids that she can't take care of, even though she was in low-income housing from the jump. This is what she's saying. Ain't this what she said? She didn't take accountability for anything she did as of yet. Maybe sleeping with too many different men that are no good. Now y'all are all in a hotel. It sounds like from the jump, she wasn't doing good. She shouldn't have had so many children. I didn't hear her say nothing about getting out of the hood. She raising all of her kids in low-income housing, Section 8, the slums, with the crackheads and bums. All I'm saying is children become a product of their environment. You raise them in a good area, more than likely they might get a good education. They may make something out of their life. It's more than likely they will. You raise them in the hood, they gonna want to be a gangster. They gonna become a thief. There's not too many things they could become unless they want to break their generational curses and break that cycle of poverty and actually make a difference. We don't know. We're not going to put that on them kids, but all I'm saying is that's just the statistics. That's just reality.
Of that bullshit. So I ended up with another shitty landlord. But I just want to say that when I was living in that area with that shitty landlord and that fucked up neighbor who stole my carpet cleaner and called DSS on me and got my children taken away from me. Yes, I was living in a 4-bedroom. Okay. I had more than enough room and I only had 3 children at the time. Okay. This is already getting too long, but if y'all want to hear a little bit more about my story time about how this bitch stole my carpet cleaner and got DSS in my life and ended up taking my children for 6 months.
If you got your kids taken, that's something it's something you was doing wrong. You probably couldn't take care of them. They might have been starving, been neglected. It was some reason that they took your children. It can't be all over no carpet cleaner. She stole your carpet cleaner and your kids got took. That don't make sense.
I promise you, I wouldn't have even got on Section 8, bro. As soon as I aged out of foster care, I should have just did the THP Plus, where you can be in a shared apartment until you're 25. Now, I'm on the waiting list, and I'm able to go back this year in, like, July, August. But it's like, say if I wait, I go, move in, and I start school. Mind you, LPN is like 14 months. I turn 25 next November. Who's to say I don't start school until, I don't know, December, depending on how classes are looking, maybe September. That's still gonna leave me without nothing, because clearly I'm gonna have to quit my job or whatever, and whatever pay stubs I show to the apartment that I'm trying to move into, it ain't gonna happen. Like, it's just not gonna work. So I'm just like, yeah, it will be cool, because I technically wouldn't have to work while I'm on that program, but I'm not going to have pay stubs to show once I'm out of the program when I try to get my own apartment. And then also, like, if I'm about to be strictly going to school, I'm not even going to really have the money for real to save up to get an apartment. Like, you know, when you're in nursing school, you're broke. You're broke.
You know what? That is true. Okay, so the people on Section 8 that make little to no money, if they get those 2 years, yeah, you're not going to have no stubs because you didn't have an income. So when those 2 years are up, how can they get a place to stay when they don't have any stubs? They haven't been making any money. I haven't thought about that part. That's a good question. So them 2 years sound good, but see, people used to live off Section 8 for life. They didn't have these problems. They didn't have these worries. You got to get a job real quick. You basically have to get a job at like the 22nd month. That gives you 2 months, really the 21st month. That way you have 3 months worth of pay stubs that you can show. But who's to say that won't interact with the Section 8, then you'll get cut off? I don't know how it's going to go. That's a good question. What do y'all think? Inform me on that if you have some information on how somebody could suffice this situation she's going through. All right. Now, what's going on with this next woman is her and her family are getting kicked out of Section 8. I don't know what's about to go on. Y'all know how I do. I react to it live with you. Let's see what's happening. Why is her and her family getting kicked off Section 8? Is it due to the Trump changes? Did she pull out a knife or a weapon on camera? Or is it something deeper? Is it because they took our carpet cleaner? We're about to see.
So praying that this ends up on the right side of TikTok. So basically, Section 8 is trying to kick me and my family out of our home. And yeah, so we moved into this townhome I'm currently in last year. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at my iPad so I can keep note. And to start off, we had plumbing problems like 5 times already, and it's not even a year that we've lived here. So now let's get into why I think that they're trying to kick us out of our home. So we contacted our caseworker. Her name is Kimberly Thomas. Yes, I'm saying her full name. And right off the bat of meeting her, we had noticed she had an attitude, and we tried to push past it. But at one point, she told us not to put something on our recertification packet. And we thought, oh, like, she's trying to help. Like, she's, you know, like, she's girl's girl. She was not a girl's girl. No. We thought that because, fast forward, she ups our rent and says she's doing so because my brother makes $3,000. So that's why we're like, okay, so she's not trying to help us at all. And the reason why she knows how much he makes a month is because we had to give her check stubs of my brother's job, and I had to give her like my pay of how much I get from the military. So she knows that I get like $1,300, and my brother was getting $3,000 a month, and so she was taking $400 of what I like. She was taking $400 out of what I get paid. So she emailed my mom, like fast forward, she emailed my mom and told us that we have to pay $600 a month just to stay here in this townhome that we are having plumbing issues in anyway. And these townhomes are estimated at $300,000, so I don't know if she just doesn't want us to stay here. That's somewhere that's very nice. Like, you can see, like, It's a very nice place. Like, we upkeep it. Yeah. So, like I said, this is not our property. This is our landlord's property. And I don't know, he's a bit off to me because stuff keeps getting moved around and stuff. And, like, he's the only person that would have a key. So that's why I feel like he could be responsible for that. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know things keep getting moved around, touched, that we didn't move around ourselves. But anyways, back on track. So we're already paying out for groceries every month. That's $400. Then I'm paying insurance for our car. And we're all contributing together, but it takes a big chunk out of our change, like the stuff and bills that we're already paying, such as the Wi-Fi, phone bill, car insurance, car note. The car note is already $450. And then also we paid for an SR22. Also, keep in mind, my brother, even though he makes $3,000 a month, it fluctuates. So he doesn't just outright makes $3,000. So yeah, he doesn't outright make that same amount every single month. So he does welding. So in the wintertime when they're welding, they don't make as much. Why they don't make as much, I don't know. He just said basically they don't really have anything to weld. Like, there's nothing to really do. Like, he'll come home and he'll be like, I literally just swept the floor for like 5 or 6 hours. And we're like, huh? He's like, yeah, I just swept the floor and did nothing the entire day. Just BS the whole entire shift, basically. And it's not his doing. That's just how it is. I don't know if it's for every welder in every state or if it's different for different states. Like, I have no clue. But for us, we're based out of Georgia, and so when he welds, he does not outright make $3,000 every single month. It's different. So then on top of this, we tried to see about moving to a place. And this was another townhome that looks just as nice as these. And it's in Lilburn, Georgia. And basically, they told us that it was $1,700 and that if we meet the requirements, so that's fine, we can get the place. So we applied. Well, we tried to apply, and we called them today. Well, no, not today, yesterday. Sorry. And they told us that it would have to be three times the $1,700.
I mean, yeah, your income got to be 3 times the rent, of course. So y'all don't qualify. I'm trying to get to why they are being kicked out. $600 a month for a $300,000 townhouse. They got a sweet deal. And then it's you, your brother, and however many other people. I don't see the problem. I guess they want to stay there and the landlord don't want them to stay there. Maybe they're going to say they make too much.
We're like, huh? Like, what do you mean? And so they explained it. We would have to be paying out $6,000 so that we can stay there. And my mom said that doesn't make sense because you can't even be on the program at all, or let alone be qualified while even making that much. So it's just really not making any sense. And the reason I'm making this video is to see if anyone else is going through the same thing, because like I said, I'm based out of Atlanta. So like in the comments, can y'all let me know if any of you have gone through this, and if so, like, what did you do? And also, we reported the caseworker, Miss Kimberly Thomas, and told them that basically she had an attitude with us, because basically she was looking at us when we first met her like this, like looking down on us, and I thought that was really weird. And so like I said, we tried to push past it, and we're like, oh, like maybe like she is trying to help, whatever. Not trying to help at all. And she was just really rude. And so also throughout this process, we tried to email her like several times. She did not say anything to us or correspond with us in any type of way, let alone the landlord. And later said she was on a break or vacation all of a sudden after upping our rent. And then relayed the wrong information to our landlord, telling him that we wanted to terminate and basically, I guess, move away or something like that. And that's not at all what we said. We wanted to see if we could lower the rent and we could work through it and like figure something out, but no. So that is where we are at this point in time.
No, you can't lower the rent. They want y'all out of there. That's what's going on. They don't want y'all paying such a little amount when y'all make enough to pay market rate rent. Nobody said y'all got to move somewhere that costs $1,700. But if he make $3,000, give or take, in that month, she got $1,300. They have enough to pay market rate rent. Why are they on Section 8 in the first place? Especially being young. And if the mom got an income as well, then that makes it even worse. I'm just trying to figure out, why are y'all still on the program in the first place? They should give that to somebody who really needs it. They should just be kicked off completely. Am I right or wrong? Combined, her and her brother make about $51,000 per year. I mean, that's enough to live a normal lower middle class lifestyle. Y'all gonna have to downgrade, move to a different city, probably get an apartment, not a townhouse, and call it a day. All those other bills, that's not nobody else's fault. Y'all wanted the car note. You could have bought a cash car, like I always say. So that's on y'all. That's how I feel about it. I mean, they make enough. I think that's why the landlord mad. They probably like, how did they get in here in the first place? Maybe they had a lower income, and as they made more money, that's why they wanted to increase the rent. If it's income based, then y'all income went up, y'all gotta pay more. It's simple as that. I think that's what she probably don't understand. Maybe they're going off the mom's income at first, then those two moved in with her and their income went up or something.